The field is fired. The entire 28-car starting grid is underway in their preliminary pace laps. Taking a look at the current Whelen Modified Tour standings, Jimmy. Bobby Santos, who lit the house on fire early on, but since Lime Rock Park has gone winless, he's being chased down by Ted Christopher. Christopher, who was the winner most recently on a quarter-mile racetrack at Monadnock Speedway in New Hampshire.
And the thing here, the seven-time champ Mike Stefanik right there, not that far, less than 150 points behind. And we also got this Brian Priest, young guy. We see how many times this car's won these championships. So you know, Jackie, this is going to be a tight battle all the rest of the year.
What about the weather? It's perfect for modified racing. It'll build high horsepower, low humidity, virtually no wind, and you gotta like that temperature at 68 degrees. These cars will hum and sing around this quarter mile. Let's take a look at the track facts about the Riverhead Raceway. You like this racetrack, Jimmy Spencer.
What I like when you see that, a quarter mile. How do you race with 28 race cars on a quarter mile? Plus, it's banked and it was built in 1949, Jackie. So this is an old racetrack, and it's got a lot of character.
Well, all you got to do is look at what's up for grabs this evening, and you know how they race on a quarter mile. $53,000 up for grabs. Ryan Priest, who finds himself starting in the third position, the defending champion at age 19 in the Bowler family number 3 that's been so famous for so many years.
You bring a great point up, but you know, look at this guy here, Justin Bossignor. This guy here, local guy, rookie on the tour, outside pole. I tell you what, Jackie, this is a guy, he's got to bring it home for his hometown fans.
And Justin is the focus of my eye on this evening.
Okay.
He is the guy that I think we need to take a good hard look at. Kelly Stavitz, who's the eye on from your perspective?
I've got my eye on the number 96, Howie Brody. He's a local Riverhead racer, not a tour regular, but these guys say that this track's really tough to figure out. So that local knowledge and good track position could be a good combination tonight.
Grandma, put your teeth in your pocketbook. We're about to go racing Mod Squad style. Pace car pulls off. Green flag is out. We are underway side by side, darting and diving into turn number 1. They've stacked them up 12 deep. No one has an advantage down into 3.
The key here to this racetrack is to not burn your tires up, not knock your front end out of tow. This is a long race, a lot longer than you're thinking at a quarter-mile racetrack.
2 young Turks going at it, and Justin Bossignor, the hometown favorite. The youngster has had a lot on his shoulders all month.
Action already in turn 3 and 4. They're all going, though. No caution flag, Jackie. Incredible. What a great job by the driver. Now we threw a caution. The guy did spin out.
But Ryan Priest has spun. But that's the good thing on a quarter mile. You spin, you don't hit anything. Now he's got to go to the back of the pack. Everything he earned in time trials has just gone up in flames on the third lap of 175.
And here's a guy that was starting up front. Now he has to go all the way to the rear of the field. But you know, Jackie, you got to give the Cromarties a lot of credit for this racetrack. They've paved the inside of the racetrack. That is important on these racetracks, that you don't have a wall to hit. He can continue on tonight, possibly come back.
Let's take a look at what happened, Jimmy.
Well, you know, here they start to stack up, and then we see the 2 wide racing there, and he just gets hit. My best friend, that
your
bumper.
Your best friend already bumped.
My best friend, the bumper, and that's what happens on this racetrack. You're going to see this all night long. Just part of being at Riverhead.
We should point out that the Riverhead 200 is comprised of 2 segments. The first segment was earlier this evening, a 25-lap qualifying race that filled some of the back positions. Now, the 53 grand up for grabs, it's 175 barn burner laps here.
And Jackie, the thing about this track, and you said about 175 laps, you're going to have to save some tires. You're not going to see these guys pitting for tires. It's going to be important to save them.
All right, Kelly and I have had our eye on a couple of drivers. Who do you have on?
I have my eye on this number 4 car. It's driven by Bobby Santos, a great racing family, but most of all, Bob Garbrino. Jackie, you know and I know this guy has supported the NASCAR Modified Series for the longest time. Great drivers driving this car. Bugsy Stevens, Stash Worley, and just a whole slew. What a great team. I'm pulling this guy because I just like Bob Garbrino. But you know what? This kid's pretty good, too.
All right, give points to my partner, Mr. Excitement. He is correct. Let's reset the field. 5 laps have been completed. Justin Bonsignor took the lead on the outside in a nice move down into turn number 1.
Impressive move, Jackie. You know, you saw him go into the corner, gave a lot of room, finished the pass at turn 3 and 4, and didn't just cut off. So he knows the groove of this racetrack, and he made it pay off. Now we're going to see on the restart, double fun restart. Can he hold on?
George Brunhusel III won the pole. He moved back right after he lost that spot, stayed in focus, filled the rearview mirror of Justin Bonsignor with his car. But the move was by Ronnie Silk, because Silk and Priest were going at it. Silk takes advantage. He moves to third. Kevin Goodall now moves to fourth, and Eric Rudolph finishes out and fills out the top five. Another youngster making some of the, making some noise here on what traditionally was an old school style form of sport. A lot of the guys like Evans and Jerzambak, they got a little long in the tooth, but you could run on short tracks until you were in your mid-40s. I don't ever know what ever happened to you. I guess you just decided you were going to go to work and make some big money.
No, I missed the modifieds when I walked in the racetrack tonight, and just the memories and looking at these cars. They haven't changed a lot, Jackie, and I think for the fans out there that are really watching this over the next few races, we're going to show you a lot more about these cars. The big tires, the brakes, the horsepower. These cars are very unique, and I don't think they ever got the credit. Bobby Allison even said he loved racing these modifieds, Jackie, and let's face it, he's a big-time champ.
It gets your attention. Let's get an update on what happened with car number 3. Kelly?
Well, that certainly was not the start that Ryan Priest was looking for in that number 3. He told me that he wanted to get out front in the first 25 to 30 laps and control the pace. Now he's talking to a spotter from the back saying, look, you got to keep your eyes open ahead of me and keep me out of trouble. But hey, he dominated this race last year, and he told me he loves these short tracks, so we'll see what happens.
So now you're going to have to use that chrome horn, aren't you, Jimmy?
He's going to have to, Jackie. He's back at 27th, and you're going to start seeing this on this restart. These cars are going to start spreading out. You're going to see him take a chance at become a candidate for the leader to put him down a lap. So he's going to have to start being aggressive here.
How aggressive can you be, though?
You don't want to go crazy, but aggressiveness is just like, okay, you're holding me up. And the chrome horn is mainly used, Jackie, to say, come on, I'm here. I need a little room. Help me. And I think if you give the guy room enough the race, then they're going to race you. They're not going to use it. But the key to the chrome horn, in my opinion, is listen, man, you're holding me up. You got 3 or 4 or 5 car lengths between you. We need to get going. That's the difference between being aggressive and using common sense.
And that's what I was talking about, pride and passion that the Mod Squad
They
has.
have it.
Getting ready to go back to green. Side by side, no, they're going to go an extra lap. The field is getting set to go back to green, and now what'll be interesting is the roles have reversed. Bonsignor is on the inside, and Brunhusel is on the outside. Do you think Brunhusel learned a lesson?
I think he could have, but the thing was that what we saw with Brunhusel is I don't believe he got off the corner like he needed to. So the 51 has been getting off the corner good. We'll see here they come for the green flag, Jackie.
Back under green. Side by side and hub to hub. Bonsignor has just a little bit of an advantage.
Brunhusel stays there, Jackie. Look at this. Great move.
Shoot and scoot, and now Brunhusel tries to tame that demon on the outside. I'll tell you what, to run on the outside here, you've got to be hooked up.
And how about this, Jackie? Who would ever believe you could be too wide racing here at Riverhead, this small racetrack, and we're seeing it all the way through the field.
Meanwhile, as you watch the cars, look at that car on the outside. Really starting to make a move is Kevin Goodall in number 50. He is making the outside work. Well, many people are just a little too timid right now.
Well, the thing is that we're starting to see the outstart come in. We saw Justin Bonsignor take the lead on the outside, and these guys, another spin off of turn 2.
Everybody gets on the binders quickly. And again, no harm, no foul. We'll find out what happened to Kevin Goodall when we return, as you're watching the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, only here on Versus.